we have a lot of defensive changes for you, but it'll make sense in a second when you think about it. Will Cowan's going to go to right field. He was in center field. Will Cowan's not out of the game because Filippi's coming into center. They're going to move Curtis to center. Filippi takes over that spot. Curtis will be the free runner at second base to start the next half of the inning. That'll now be Luke Filippi. He is playing center. Bray Touchstone, who was in right, will move to left field. He's taking over the spot of
Yeah, so it's just a little outfield
Curtis.
shift. You look kind of
just a lot of changes.
Kind of left to right if you think about it.
Yep, Filippi won't even get in that bat, so he's just going to be the free runner. But he's also playing defense right now. Andy Kai is on the mound to pitch. That's also worth noting. And besides from that, we have no other changes. The free runner at second is going to be Griffin Crane, the leadoff man for the Saugerties Stallions.
Duval with an excellent 2 innings of work. Let's take a look at Andy Kai so far this season. I got to get one of those lamps, Matt. I'm with you.
Got it on Amazon for like $20.
3.45 ERA in 15.2 innings pitched. This is his 11th appearance of the season. He's given up 6 earned runs on 15 hits, 8 walks, 19 strikeouts, a .238 batting average against.
Cameron Carroll squares to bunt, and he didn't go. That pitch is low. Stallions are going to attempt to bunt here to play for 1 run. Ideally, you need 2, but also considering how hard it is in the PGCBL to even scratch across a run in these type of games, it's not a bad idea at all. The 1-0. Squares the bunt again, and that one's inside. So now it's 2-0, and Carroll has set himself up very well.
And we talk about you can't be afraid to pound the zone and trust the bunt defense. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow another runner to get on.
Here's the 2-0 with Crane at second. Squares to bunt, and he hit him. Andy Kai doing what he's taught. You usually are taught to throw inside when a batter squares to bunt. This time it was just 2 inside, and that puts 2 aboard. So the Saugerties Stallions now have another prime bunt opportunity. They were playing for 1 run, trying to advance the runner to third, but now with Passer coming up, if he gets the bunt sign, what's going to happen is and Griff's going to come out and speak to his defense, you might be able to get 2 runs. You get 2 runners in scoring position.
Yeah, but you also get the force now at third, so a little bit of a trade-off. And
Griff is going to come in and speak to Andy Kai. I think this is his last mound visit, and the umpire will most likely let us know in about a second. A barn burner here tonight, if you can even call it that. That's a hockey term, but hopefully you get that reference.
Always is between these 2 teams. Always is.
Umpire checking everything down, and Griff going over situational stuff right now. The entire infield is in. On top of that, the Stallions runners and batters, Crane and Carroll, are all huddled up on the third base side. And the party has ended.
I'm expecting a bunt here from
I
Paso.
agree.
And I'm interested to see what coverage Griff put on. Harriel shading in, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see him kind of run back towards the bag, and you'd have to have John Young Jr. cover first, Andy Kai cover the third base side, and McKillop cover the first base side.
We'll see if they run the wheel. It's one of the most infamous bunt plays for defenses. And he already squares. Everybody crashing in. The pitch is inside, and they pulled it back in time. It's still in Paso. Ryan King is on deck. Head coach Keith Griffin not even taking a seat. He's out of the dugout, overseeing everything.
You just got to put something over the plate if you're Andy Kai, and you can't issue a free pass here to Paso.
That was pretty good. The 1-0, Paso's ready to square to bunt. Everybody's going to come crashing in, and here we go. And he pulls it back. Andy Kai just can't seem to find the strike zone, and nobody's up in the bullpen. Andy Kai isn't a flamethrower. That makes it easier to bunt, but also hard.
the bunt is kind of, I think, just throwing him off. You know, you don't like to have to pitch when there's a bat, and you're trying to pitch to the glove, and when you put a bat right in between it can throw you off a little bit.
Well, the worst thing he can do here is walk Paso as he's trying to sacrifice himself. Harriel staying at third. McKillop crashing in. That's a called strike.
And I'll tell you, I think Paso was told, hey, you're not going to bunt until it's a called strike, just because of how much Andy Kai was struggling to find the zone.
That is the right call.
Let's see if he shows again here.
I feel like he'd be a really good coach, Harry. The 2-1. Paso's going to swing, and that one's high. Now 3-1. And this is getting really dangerous for Andy Kai. Got runners at first and second. The free runner is Crane. He's also the go-ahead run. Carroll, who was hit by the pitch, is on first. And Paso's at the plate. He's 2 for 4 with a double and a single. Here's the 3-1. Popped up. Perez hoping to get it, and it goes out of play. You can see the...
Almost a very fortunate break for the Mohawks, so they could have got Paso to pop up in foul territory, but yeah, that one gets away. 3-2, big pitch here from Andy Kai.
You can see Andy Perez was annoyed that that ball got out. He knew it would have been a sure out. A big pitch here from Andy Kai. The 3-2 to Dylan Paso. And he rips it foul. That would have been possibly ball 4. That pitch looks to be inside. And Paso tried to turn on it.
Yeah, and that, I mean, I'll tell you, I think if he takes that, it's ball 4, but nonetheless, it was a good piece of contact.
Another life for Andy Kai and the Amsterdam Mohawks. What pitch do you throw here? It's up to Andy Kai and Danny Perez. Kai gets the sign. The 3-2 payoff pitch. It's scorched into right field. That's a base hit. The runners had to hold, and Cowan fields it beautifully. So it's a base hit. Everybody advances 1. No runs come in, and now it's going to be Ryan King. Mohawks have nobody up in the bullpen.
Yeah, some real trouble now if you're Amsterdam. You know, everyone's forced to reach base, so I think they're going to let Ryan King hit. They're not going to try and do any squeeze play or anything, but Ryan King, you know, we talked about it before the game, the hottest bat on this Saugerties Stallions lineup.
Well, keep in mind, the head coach, Colin Martin, has been ejected, so he is not able to make any calls here. Any calls will come from the rest of the coaching staff, and hopefully in Colin Martin's head, they're thinking just like him. The infield is ready for a possible squeeze. And that's a called strike.
Yeah, they're playing in, so Amsterdam wants to keep this a tie game.
And that is the right play. With the way their bats have been going.
They don't want to have to play down 1. They want to play for the win, not the tie.
Absolutely. A tie's better than a loss. Swing and a miss. Kai fools Ryan King. He left that breaking ball pretty hittable. But Ryan King fooled.
Way out in front of that one. If I'm Andy Kai, I'm not changing a thing. Don't put something into Ryan King's bat. Just make him sit back and produce weak contact.
George Baker's on deck. He had the go-ahead double to make it 4-3. That one missed outside, 1-2. Every pitch, so critical. It's like a postseason game. It doesn't matter where we are in the season between these two teams. The intensity is at an all-time high. And right now the pressure's on Andy Kai and Ryan King. 1-2. Popped up on the infield. Perez trying to make a play on it. One out. A monumental first out for the Amsterdam Mohawks.
Danny Perez making sure he gets time here. Yeah, I was going to say, They were peeking back over from third, seeing if they could pull a quick one.
Andy Kai was very alert to that. And the first thing he did, and remember, Andy Kai, he speaks English, but not to the extent that the entire team does. And he was putting his hand up, saying time. And Danny Perez recognized that.
Now you're one pitch away, but they're going to keep the middle in.
It's the right play. Double plays are hard to come by sometimes. And with the speed of Baker,
I don't
might
know.
be the right play.
I think you could move them back. I think they might be talking about moving them back because I don't
it
think
might be.
Baker doesn't have great speed.
He doesn't have great speed.
And you've turned a lot of good double plays recently, and he hits the ball hard. So something up the middle could be too, but they're going to roll with the infield up.
Baker's 2 for 3. A 2 RBI double. Single. Swing and a miss. And now Baker is 1 strike away from getting sent back down to the dugout with no runners home. Mohawks are still setting up, as Harry alluded to, playing in. So they're going to come ready to crash home. The 0-2. Kai and Baker. In the air to left field. Touchstone is there. He makes the catch. Tagging at third is the free runner Crane. The throw goes to the cutoff man. Nobody else advances. It's a successful sac fly for Baker, and the Stallions take the lead.
I'll tell you, that's a great job by Baker, going down 0-2 in the count and just flying something deep enough to score Crane from third. The Mohawks, you're not in a bad spot. You still have a chance. You like your chances to at least get one across in the bottom of the 10th.
Filippi will be the lead runner at second when it gets there. He has speed.
They're going to appeal
Kai,
at third, but
they're going to appeal at third.
On time. He's good.
And nobody's saying a word.
The home plate umpire went safe.
Well, all right, the home plate umpire went safe. Whose job is that, Harry? Is that the second baseman?
They usually communicate beforehand. Usually there, the home plate would take third because they have nothing else to watch.
I mean, we can take a look back, but I think you're right, Harry. I don't think he left early there.
He didn't. Yeah, I was looking for it.
Nice to know that somebody was. It looked like the Mohawks dugout was as well. That's a smart play. That ball kicks away. This could be dangerous, but a favorable hop for Perez.
Ooh.
Both runners advanced, but that one could have ended
off
up
the corner because you kind of see how the plate's indented a little bit.
No, yeah, me and my friend went down on the field earlier this season, and I ended up noticing that plate is stuck in the ground.
Yeah, and that kind of kicked off the right edge, back to the left.
So that puts 2 runners in scoring position. That's a called strike on the outside corner. Medina at the plate. We got his name wrong. This is Medina. Kumiski will follow if Medina can get on. There's a base open at first. 1-1 count. Scorched foul. Now it's 1-2. Important to note, the Mohawks also get that runner at second if you're just joining us. And that's why you want to hold it to 1 here. Last time the Mohawks held it to 1, they ended up losing in extras to the Stallions. It'll be Luke Filippi at second.
And if you can get Filippi to third with a bunt from a kill-off, then you can kind of just trust Touchstone and Ariel to swing it. And
you absolutely can.
Those are some guys you wouldn't mind having up to the plate if you're Amsterdam.
The 1-2. Is high. Tried to float it at the top of the zone. Now the count's even 2-2. They have a base open. Kumiski's on deck. He's a righty. Nobody up in the Mohawks bullpen. Nobody up in the Stallions bullpen. So it'll be left to Weaver and Kai. Passo's at second. Carroll's at third. The 2-2. And he struck him out. Big strikeout from Andy Kai. The free runner comes home. It's not charged to Andy Kai, so he did his job pretty well. And that is a big strikeout for the Mohawks in an inning where the bases were loaded and nobody was out. Only 1 run comes home. The Mohawks will have that free runner at second with a chance to win this game or possibly tie it. Just a reminder, folks, if this game does end up being a tie game after this inning, the game will unfortunately be, and I hate to say this word, a final as a tie. We'll be back in just a moment.